Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Sprout. So, since last episode, I've been busy once again. Not quite as extreme, I don't feel like. But if we head off over here, let's head on to the town walls first, and I'll show you what I've done around the house. Mostly just little things that I've been working on, but first up, the town walls. I've basically just expanded them. And I also use the scan tool. We will be using the scan tool on camera in the next few episodes, but you can see that I have expanded the walls a little bit. I've got to finish some of this stuff I'm having to build myself to make it match the walls. Like whenever I have changes in elevation, there's nothing for that within standard walls. So basically, like, I put an extra set of stairs there, and there's one right there, and so on. I also had to build this corner right here, because there wasn't a corner that went off like that. The only corner that you really have is this one that kind of curves in. So I did have to build a custom one, and then I used the scan tool to copy it. That's pretty much where I've used the scan tool thus far. So, but basically that's how the walls are coming along. Fairly decent. It takes a little while, but it's slowly getting there. And then we'll head back off towards the house. You'll notice I started adding the second floor. All I've done is the framework. I haven't actually really started putting in the second floor. So if we head up here, I'll quickly show you what I've got thus far. So if we come up here, you can see I've done that little bit of framework right there. So most of my time was actually spent on the lower sections. I haven't really done anything. I meant to do some stuff with Silence Gems, but I haven't as of yet. First off, if we head down here, I did set up our water wheels. I mean, they're not plugged up. They're not producing any power or anything like that. It's just decorative right now. So I've got them running, and then the water's falling here. I also added this little bit of cobblestone. And then if we head back in here, I started digging out another hallway here that kind of heads off. One part goes down, and then there's a part over here. This part, I'm fairly happy with it thus far. It's kind of like just a pool. You know, we could jump in here, we can go swimming and stuff like that. Mainly a bunch of glowstone anti-blocks and a bunch of these speckled blocks. These are actually really cheap to craft. Down here, there actually is moonstone coated bricks. Those are a little bit more expensive than the speckled ones, but even still, they're not all that expensive. And then I've just got some glass here so we can kind of see out. You know, while we're swimming around in our pool, we can see out of there. Now, back in there is actually, behind the water, there's actually a block of dirt. But you can't really tell it when you look there because the water kind of hides it. That way I can have the dirt on the outside and not be like blocks on the outside of the thing here. I mean, there is a few blocks, but that's something I'm working with. Decoratively that you can see out there, but that's mainly for the water wheels. Now down here, eventually this is going to be kind of where we start immersive engineering, because we're going to do a lot with immersive engineering once we get to power within this series. And so I figured down here we'd have like a factory type area that runs underneath the mountain, and then there's like an exit at the bottom of the mountain. So, but basically you can see the water wheels on this side over here. So that's really all that's down here right now. Just decorative stuff. Eventually we'll use those, but for right now, they're just there for looks. And that was the main stuff I did. I did a little bit of mining, nothing too crazy. And because we're actually sitting pretty good on resources right now. And yeah, so that's most of everything. Alright, so today what we're going to do is we're going to start off by working on botania. I actually want to automate mana today. That is my goal, my major goal for the day. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And the first thing that we are going to want to do here... Oh, by the way, my Chaos Orb actually cracked. You can see a little crack there in the center of it. I think you can still use it. It actually just cracked, like, shortly before starting this recording. I was actually fighting a blighted Enderman. And I won, actually. I did win. And if we take a look over here, we now have 4 Ender Pearls. He did drop 2, so... But to automate mana, okay, we are actually going to have to go to the nether to do that for what I want. So let's go ahead and pop through our nether portal. And we are going to head into the bowels of the nether. And we are going to go find ourselves a nether fortress, I think. So I actually have another fortress off in this direction, 280 some odd blocks in that direction. Okay, but we're probably going to take the expressway down, I think, which is this way. Aha! Gotta love all that fire resistance. Okay, so we're 257 meters away, not too bad. Honestly, the nether is not bad at all. I mean, nothing really hurts me here. Oh, look at all those guys. I'm just gonna skip them. Not really all that hard to kill, but not too worried about them. Okay. But, I mean, everything's, for the most part, fire-based. So, it's not... you know, there's not a whole lot of fear in this area to be had. Can I go... No, I can't go that way. So, but I wanted to get mana automated so that we can really start moving forward with Botania, because that's kind of something that we're going to need, I feel like. And then I'd also like to start Natural Pledge fairly soon. We're not going to do it this episode, but we will start it before too long, I think. Because that's actually a very interesting mod, and it ties in well with Botania, you know. Kind of adds a bit to Botania. So, I guess we'll come up, like, right over here, I suppose. The nice thing is I can actually mine up a good ways, and then just use step up. Okay. So here we are. Nope. I always forget about their melee attack. Alright, into fire achievement. There's what I'm actually looking for, is this guy right here. Oh, and we got what I was looking for already. First kill. So, alright. Tanzanite. I don't really need Tanzanite. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I could need? I'm going to kill, like, maybe one more blaze, just... Oh, actually, there's a blaze spawner. No, never mind. I thought there was a blaze spawn over here, but there's not. I guess we could check inside this nether fortress while we're here to see if there's any, like, loot. Oh, these little darklings. There we go. It's a whole lot easier to kill them, though, with that ice on the blade. Oh, I'm going to take this. I have a lot of black diamond. Oh, there's just one. I do have a lot of black diamond, but black diamond's something that we're going to use a lot because it's got that added durability. And I do quite like that. And these blighted creatures are a joke, too, now, with that ice. Wow, we've already gotten 2 levels since we've been down here. Those blighted guys do give a lot of XP, though. That blighted enderman that I killed earlier gave a lot. Even if they hit me, it's not really going to do anything. Ha ha ha! Okay, I think over here is where I want to go, in fact. Yes, and I see a blaze spawner. We're going to go ahead and gun for it. And we're going to use this drop of evil on it. Because it doesn't actually consume the drop of evil, so... There we go. We got ourselves a blaze spawner that we can take back to the overworld and use. For all of our evil purposes. Okay, I'm not too worried about those guys. Oh, we actually got 2 drops of evil now, too. Haha. Okay. Now we got a tool bag. I'm kind of looking to get down in the lower levels of this place. Oh, it looks like off in this direction, maybe. Yep, I see chests. Because I'm kind of curious if the chests here in the nether are buffed at all. Ancient scroll from Terraquis. Magenta rune, gold ingot, and capacitor of the southern winds. We've got 4 drops of evil right now. Okay, this is what we have here. Okay. Which we'll get into that probably in the near future, actually. Into Terraquis. Oh, what do we got here? A robo-surgeon. Wow, I don't even think those are I actually don't think those are craftable in this pack. I think that you have to actually find those. Yeah, they're not craftable at all. Which that is for cyberware, which we will definitely get into that at some point as well. I'm going to grab all this nether warts. Not that one. Over here we've got another ancient scroll. Is this one any different? No, same thing. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Those do stack. I don't know that there's any other scrolls. I think it's just that one. But I've only played around with Terraqueeze in a test world, so I'm not 100% sure. Usually I learn better with a mod, like a new mod or something like that, once I actually get my hands on it in a world. And not as much so with a test, you know, a test world. Okay, a bunch of the same junk here. Ah. I know, I upset the pigmen. Oh no, don't. Okay, it just like crashed on me for some reason. Luckily, I was able to pause it like right as it started to load, so. There we go. There we go. If I get that one killed. I'm not too worried about the blaze. He can't really do anything to me. There we go. I hate crashes like right in the middle of combat. Like those scare the life out of me, especially when I'm running around with 102 levels. Like that is the last thing that I need right now is for it to crash. Me log in dead. Like, oh man. I would be so upset. I'm kind of thinking about starting Blood Magic fairly soon. Heart of Gold. Just so that we can maybe not be running around with all this, like, XP on us. Ooh, a saddle. I'm surprised we haven't found any, like, horse armor. That's one reason I was wanting to come down here is maybe find some horse armor. Would be nice, but so far, no dice. Saddles sell for a decent amount. By the way, I think, yeah, so for the experience obelisk, we're going to have to get Solarium. And honestly, Ender IO, as far as the machines go, that's going to be one of the last mods I touch, is my goal. As well as item conduits and stuff like that, because I tend to overuse it. And I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat as me, like, you get Ender IO, and it's like, oh, okay, like, you know, excluding some certain things. Like, I like the blood magic conduits a lot for item transfer, as long as you're not moving things fast. Man, what is with double blighted mobs right here? Yeah, you are gonna die. This is no good. Lock him in place anyway. I should have equipped my shield. Now there's a blighted super wither skeleton down there somewhere, but he's not gonna be as bad. He can't get me at a range or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, see, we just jumped up like 2 more levels. Those blighted guys are worth so much. My armor's still okay for right now. I can keep pushing just a little bit further, because there was a chest off in this direction that I wanted. There we go. Ha ha ha! You are dead, sir. Okay, what do we got here? Gold chestplate, though. I mean, I guess that's not terrible in a pack that where you can't craft armor. Okay. I think we're probably about, yeah, we're probably about to head back, I think. I don't see anything of interest. I do want that guy, though. 2 gas tiers. I will take it. By the way, I know it was brought up in the comments a while back, which, as you guys probably know, I'm not planning on getting an angel ring anytime soon. There's other ways of getting flight within the pack and stuff. I'm not really interested in the angel ring, at least for a very long time. However, actually in scavenger mode, you can't even get the angel ring, so it doesn't really matter. The angel ring is actually not craftable, currently at least. If you look at it, it is craftable, I think, in standard mode, because in my test world, it's just standard mode, and it shows it doesn't have currently unavailable on the angel ring. But as of right here, it all says currently unavailable. So, okay. But anyhow, let's go ahead and finish leveling sneaking, and then I guess I'm going to take athletics, just because I don't have fall protection is the main thing. Not that I actually need speed right now, because I feel like we're pretty fast at the moment. And let me grab that drop of evil out, and I'm going to get some food to take with us. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go get the spawners that we really want, which is, I want zombie spawners especially. And if I get skeleton spawners, that's okay too. But my primary concern right now is zombie spawners. I love how my villagers are always getting, like, blighted. Like, all the time they are getting blighted. I swear, the sound system crashes pretty often. I know I've seen some people on the Discord actually removing, I said, you know, you can remove the sound system, but personally I like the sound, and that's one thing that really adds to the pack for me, is the sounds. But I could see where, if you're having issues or something, you know, removing that would definitely help. Okay, these are both skeleton spawners. And so what I'm going to do, actually, is this one right here is a blaze spawner. I'm going to put it next to that withered rib. Okay? And then our skeleton spawners, we're going to put, like, right here, next to this black bone. What can I even use this thing for? It's not used for anything. Okay. Anyways, skeletons are nice, but I'm actually looking for zombie spawners at the moment. I know we encountered a few. There's a zombie spawner. And there's probably some spider spawners too, I think, right? Okay, that seems to be everything on this floor, is just one spider and, I mean, one zombie and two skeletons. But we'll head on down here then and see what we can find. Because if I recall correctly, this floor had a lot more spawners on it. Man, with sneaking at 50, this is how fast I move when I'm stealthed. And, like, it's harder for mobs to detect me, and I get, like, that double damage, too. It's actually pretty good, honestly. Okay, there's a zombie spawner. And up here we have a skeleton spawner. Put zombies down here at the bottom. Because that's the worst thing, is the restart mob spawners don't actually show you what kind of spawner it is. So, I kind of hate that about them, but at the same time I love them because they're a really good way to get to move spawners, you know, early game. And another skeleton spawner. I was trying to get like at least a couple, I mean I know I've got a couple technically, but you know, a few zombie spawners is kind of what I'm looking for. I think down here there was a few, wasn't there? Also, long term, I wouldn't mind finding an Enderman spawner. Generally, roguelike dungeons will have like some Enderman spawners, usually a little bit further down. So I do want to try to get some of those in the very, very near future, but not today. We have other things we want to do today. Okay, well, I guess we're going farther down. I'm not really finding like much of anything. Another skeleton spawner. Here's a spider spawner. I'm gonna put this one like right here. That one's a skeleton. Okay, I see a zombie around the corner, so, or a zombie spawner. And then another spider spawner. There's another zombie spawner, and then there's one behind that iron door over there too, so. Get wrecked. Okay. And there we go. So we have 5 zombie spawners. I think that'll be okay. for what I want them for, honestly. So let's go ahead, pop our return home charm. And from now on, whenever we go through places, we'll probably just grab all the spawners like that. Honestly. Okay, so now we got to figure out where we want to set this up at. And start getting everything sorted for that. I think... Let me see. Can I make dark glass? Because I'd like to be able to see inside of there. Okay, yeah. I was thinking, I know some of the glass... it's ethereal, isn't it? Yeah, that requires the moonstones with the lunar reactive dust. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to set this up... Tell you what, I think we're going to put it like right in here, because... Let's see, our immersive engineering floor is up there. And I think right here would actually be kind of cool to have it running. So, I'm going to dig this little area out here. 3 high is going to be enough. And I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and Shift-C. Let's see, if we had the spawners, I'll probably put them into the floor, right? So we'll have the spawners set up like right here. Okay, so... And it needs to be at least 4 out, so we're going to go... Like right in here, right in this section. Oh man, I just sorted these. That's all skeleton spawners. I know that, I guess. I didn't think they stacked. I don't even know how I sorted it. I didn't remember hitting that button, but apparently I did. That's okay. We can set them down. As long as they don't have light sources, they'll be okay. Okay, I think we had like 4 zombie spawners, so I'll just lay them out like right through here. And then what I'm going to do is... Yeah, that's plenty of space. We'll come up 1, 2, 3, 4. So something like that. Well, not that part cut out, but this pick is too powerful. I'll tell you what, one thing I am going to do while we're doing this is I'm going to take off my haste so it's not quite so fast. Oh, it's still instantaneous, even with the haste pulled off. Awesome. Okay. That's fine. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and light this up so no mobs can spawn. And I'm going to set down those spawners. And we're going to see if we can find the zombie ones. That is actually a skeleton spawner. Let's try these, like 6. How did I get a pig spawner? What in the world? Okay. That's a bug or something. I'm gonna trash those because I didn't get pig spawners. Okay. This one is zombie. Okay. That's zombie. That's skeleton. Oh, see, it took a lot of my skeleton spawners and turned them into pig spawners. Somehow. Huh. Okay. So I have like, probably, I think it's like 2 spider spawners, 2 skeleton spawners, and a blaze spawner. I'm assuming is the ones that I have left, but... Okay. Well, anyways, we're going to have these on always on. For right now, I may... Maybe once I get into some kind of redstone... Actually... It's, well, there's phantom redstone face, but there's also... Isn't there that redstone block? No, it actually may have been from a different mod. I could have swore... No, it's random things. I don't think we have random things, do we? No. Okay. There's a block, I think it's from Random Things, where if it receives a redstone signal, you can have it send its redstone signal to other blocks wirelessly, but we don't have that, so that's fine. We'll set those up right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right here, what we'll do is we'll have probably a glass wall, I think. Let me actually go grab some, maybe not stone. What do I want to use to build this? I'll tell you what, I think we're going to do like some kind of chiseled stone for this. Let's go with the trodden bricks, actually. Let me grab like maybe one more stack of that. I think that'll be enough. We'll grab that stack of sand. And then I'm going to combine the sand and the glass together. We'll get sandy glass, and then I'm going to get that stuff smelting up as well to make our thickened glass. Okay. It's only going to make like a stack of thickened glass, but oh well. Okay, let me change all these blocks over for that trodden brick. And then we'll do a different brick for the border. So give me just a minute. I'm going to get all this changed over. I think that'll be good. I'm not going to go with anything too fancy because we're going to have dark glass kind of hiding it. So it doesn't have to be too crazy. Okay, there we go. Nothing too fancy. We may eventually change this into, you know, something else down the road, but for right now this will work, and it's all going to be hidden with dark glass. Plus I want the bricks to match this section, because I want it to look like it would naturally, like, you know, they came in, they carved at the mountain, used the stone that they carved from the mountain to make the blocks, that kind of thing. But I will probably end up doing some detail work throughout here, but for right now this will work. I'll have to take that apart later on to add redstone control and stuff like that, so that'll be okay. Okay, so we got our thickened glass, and then what I want to get, okay, I thought that was grown. I would like to get some, do we have, oh, we don't actually have a lot of ink sacs. Well, we got squid beaks. Question is, do I want to use these? That makes, yeah, we'll do this. I can easily get more of these because I have water breathing, so that's fine. I know I have black flowers down there, but I don't have flowers automated, and then I got to mess with all that stuff, and I just don't feel like doing that. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves a bit of this dark glass. We might need more, we'll see. And then I'm also just going to want some fences. Yeah, oak fences, that's fine. And what we'll do is we'll come down here and we're going to set this up. And we'll do like that, like that. And then for this part, I'm actually just going to use thickened glass, I think. Yeah, you can't get over that. And we'll do just like that. Actually, no. You know what? Oh, and I'm wasting all this thickened glass. I actually want to use dark glass here, as well as on the other side, but yeah, I'm going to use dark glass right here. Okay, that way no light from in there can get out here, and then I'm going to use dark glass right here as well. We actually have enough. Awesome. Okay, and okay, I can still get up here. Awesome. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to pull these blocks out for right now, just so I'll be able to get up here and do stuff, because we're going to do some stuff up here. Okay, and then what I want to do is let's go ahead and get ourselves some spikes, and I'm going to want golden spikes. Diamond spikes, of course, technically are better, but diamond spikes, from my testing, at least in this pack, I don't recall it always being this way, but in this pack, diamond spikes do not drop XP. Only gold spikes drop XP, and diamond spikes, of course, give you player-only drops. So, we are going to go for golden spikes. How many do I need? I think it's going to be 2 crafts. I think it's like 5 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. So 2 crafts, and we'll be set on those. Now, I'm not for sure if we can enchant these. I know in some versions of extra utilities you can enchant the spikes. I can't remember if that's 1.7 or if that's 1.10. Then one of them you can't. I want to say 1.7 you can't because I think I tried to in Project Ozone and I was not able to. So I think in this version we'll be able to actually enchant these. But let's get 6 sticks. And we'll grab ourselves a bit of gold here. And we'll go ahead and get like 2 blocks of gold. And then we'll get our 6 golden swords. And then we'll get our 8 diamond spikes. Or gold spikes. Sorry. Okay. Okay. We'll just put these down in there like that. And now what we need to do is we need to go get ourselves a villager. Just a little measly villager. I don't know for sure. Since this pack I don't think has, I haven't really noticed any standard villagers anyway, but I believe that it's the Waystone Populace. We'll go to this one. And actually while we're here, I've been meaning to grab some of these, in fact, and I don't have my shears on me. GG me. Is there any iron around here that I can borrow, perhaps? Okay, well I'll come back later and grab those vines. Actually, this place might have trench coat. Not too concerned with that stuff. No. Okay, well I'm looking for villagers anyway, but I'm not really seeing any. Did they all despawn? Is that a thing again? Okay, yeah, it seems like most of the villagers are gone. Oh my gosh, there's a deer. From Roots? When did Roots add deer? Oh, well here's another one of those things from Roots. These little structure things. Honestly, I'm just going to check the chest. I'm going to take like the stacks of roots. The rest of that stuff I really don't need. You really only need 1 mortar and pestle. You only need 1 imbuing station. I guess I could take... no, I don't want to trade that. Guess I could take that, because that thing will actually take damage. But that's really all I need. Okay, I think I'm actually going to have to go find a new village that I have not discovered yet. That's due to the fact that I had to... I heard a dragon somewhere off in this direction. If you recall, I had to delete my config, or my DAT file for the mobs. Like the mob spawns and stuff. So I'm going to have to go out and find, I think, a new village, because I don't think anything is spawning, or those villagers aren't spawned anymore. I don't believe. I'm going to check this. Hey. And I don't have my mask on me right now, of course. There you go. Okay, yeah, there's nobody. Well, no, there's Zella, the guard. Okay, well, we're going to take her. She should work. So, I mean, if not, I think I can do... Oh, yeah, there's not a last millennium in this. That's okay. I think this will work fine. All I can say is she better not vanish on me. I don't know if maybe some of those villagers have been getting killed. Oh my gosh, I'll never get up there. Okay. Or what's been going on with them. But we're going to put her right here. Zella, you get to live right here. And can I feed you or something to give you your health back? Oh no, she's steadily getting her health back. Okay. Well, this is your new home. Right inside this little cubby hole. Okay. Alright, so then what I want to do is I want to craft up a couple things here. First up, I'm actually going to want a mana spreader. And I tell you what, I crafted these over here. I don't really need these, so I'm going to snag them. And we'll set this up like right here. Okay? And then I'm going to want to get some glowing flowers. We will go with lime. Yeah, I think 3 lime. And then we just need some glowstone. I think it's 2 per. And we'll get our glimmering lime flower. And then to make it floating, I'm going to have to get pasture seeds. Which, where are my shears at? Actually, I must have broke them, I think. Oh, they're right here. Of course. Okay, let me go get some grass. Because I don't think I have any up here. Honestly, the main thing I had spawn up here was flowers in the first place, so. Oh, by the way, I also found out in a test world, these things, like the chaos nodes and stuff, will attack mobs. Which is kind of interesting. They don't drop XP or anything, but they do attack mobs, so. Okay, there's our 3 pasture seeds. And I may eventually need more of these, but I think 3 for right this second. As far as what comes to mind, 3 is going to be okay, so. Alright. Dirt, pasture seeds, glimmering flowers gets us floating flowers. We got floating lime flowers. And then what we'll do is we'll add our flowers, our functional flowers to that to make, you know, floating functional flowers. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to want is Rosa Arcanas. These require basically runes of mana is the major thing. And I think I'm going to go with 1 of these for right now, I think. Okay, I'll tell you what, I just did a little bit of testing, and the daffodil will not... I was originally planning on the daffodil moving my XP around, but it will not do that, so... slight change of plans, and what we're going to do is just pull this up. We're going to pull that up, and we'll just replace that with trodden bricks, and then what I'm going to do is just iron bars up the side like that, and then again over here. Okay, so that should be sorted. The mobs are pretty much going to have to go down in the pit to get as close to her as possible, I think. Because they're going to try to go right to, you know, on the center. They're going to walk over the spikes to try to get as close to her as they can. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to... Oh, let's see. Their range is actually only like... Well, I could put them down in the floor. And I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. We're going to pull up that... We're going to pull up that. Let me actually pull these up, because I'm going to enchant them before we put them in, so I can just move those for the time being. Okay. There we go. We'll put that down. And then I want to get 2 Rosa Arcanas. Okay. So that is... I'm going to need 2 mana pearls. I've got 1 down here, and then I'm going to need... 5 mana steel for each one. So 10 mana steel. Okay. There's that. And then get that running. Let me get a couple pieces of living wood. Which automating living wood and living rock. I mean, not living. I wasn't grabbing living wood. I was grabbing living rock. But anyways, grabbing or automating living wood and living rock is very high on our priority list at this point. Once we get, you know, once we have mana automated and stuff, that's going to be pretty important, I think. And while that's running, let's see about enchanting this. And I should have some books lying around. I don't know if I have an XP boost. I'm going for XP boost 3, honestly. What options do I have for disenchant? Really just this, I think, and I'm not doing actual additions right now. Okay, so... Actually, I'll tell you what, I should be able to just enchant these, right? No. Okay, I'm going to have to use a book. Actually, I wonder if silence gems, little orb things, will work for this. So XP boost is a block of gold and 2 moldavite. It's going to be very expensive to enchant all these golden spikes, though, with that. That's okay. Okay, so we get an XP boost 1, and can this be applied to this? Okay, it cannot. Alright, so I'm actually going to have to get the books, then, for this to work out. I mean, really, I guess I could just hold out, because the enchanter from Ender.io does have XP boost, and that's actually scavenged. So I have no qualms with using that if I find it, you know. So I may just hold out on the XP boost. It's not that big of a concern, honestly. So I'm just going to... I'll wait on that. So anyways, our Rosa Arcanas. Let's take a look here. 2 pink, 2 purple, and a lime. I don't have pink flowers yet. Okay, well, it looks like I'm going to be trying to get some. Oh, first one, actually. Pink flower. Awesome. And I'll go ahead and use that, just because I've got it. Okay. Oh, whoops. Not that yet. I need the Rune of Mana. There we go. Electric Magic. And then one more time. Okay. So we've got our Rosa Arcanas, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to combine them with the floating flowers, and there we go. We now have 2 floating Rosa Arcanas, and we're just going to set these into here. They can do a 3x3 above and below them. So that will work. And then we'll just put our diamond spikes back down right here. Okay. Yeah, they're both connected. So that's done. Now we just have to basically configure the mana spreader. We're going to have the pulses come out across this and go, I guess, over to here. This is where I'm going to want the mana right now. Now, out of curiosity, what does it take to get the... what is it? The Phantom Lens? It's actually not that bad. So... 4 iron to make the lens itself, glass pane, just that, and then we'll have to do an item system, right? Because we're going to have all those items coming in, and so I am going to need to do something with those. What I'll probably do long term is have like a drawer system that just pulls everything from that mob farm. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to route the zombie flesh. I don't know if we'll get it today. I've got to check on the time on the video, because I know this is taking a bit to do all of this stuff. But what I would like to do is also then route the zombie flesh to be eaten by the Gormialis, and I can't think of anything zombies have that would burn. But if I find something, we will use that too. Okay, so there's our mana lens, and then I'm just going to need the abstruse platform. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves some framed living wood. And then some pattern framed living wood. And then let me go get 1 ender pearl. We're going to be back to like no ender pearls again. Now we got 2. If you got them, spend them, right? Okay, so abstruse platform, that gives us 2 of those. We'll get our phantom mana lens. I'm just going to throw all this stuff into here for now. Okay, I'm just going to steal this mana spreader. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it like... I will put it like right here, I think. And then we'll just bind this mana spreader to... Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. I need to bind it to a pool, not to another spreader. I promise I know how to botania. I promise. Okay. Just make a mana pool here. And there we go. We'll connect that up. And then what I want to do is put... let's see. This would be... I want to see the distance on this. So if I then came over here... 14 meters. And the phantom lens is going to give it decreased travel. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to put our mana spreader right there. Let's go ahead and throw our lens on it. Let's get another spreader here. And I will probably end up moving some of this stuff, cleaning some of this stuff up down the road. I just... because honestly, once we have like better spreaders, they can travel further, so thus we wouldn't need some of these steps like at all. But for right now, using these little dinky basic spreaders, yeah, we're gonna, because we really need to get mana automated if we're gonna move into like the Elven portal and stuff like that. We're gonna have to have that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's 12 meters. Can it reach this without losing all of its mana? I don't know. I do not know for sure. Yeah, right there's the point that it loses mana. Technically, I mean, I could remove the phantom lens and clean that up and all that, but I really don't want this to have to do that with it, so... Okay, let's try that. Okay, it seems like mana travels up this way fine. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean this stuff up. We'll throw that dirt down. Just like that. And then I'll come over here and replace some of this stone then. Okay. And then I'll clean up some more of that later on. But mana can actually get over to here now, which is great. And then all we need to do is set up our other spreader. We'll put it like right here, and then we'll just connect this over to there. Okay. So then our mana has basically come from over there all the way to over here. So it works out. Okay. And we have a decent buffer. You know, we've got multiple tanks between that final tank that it can utilize as, you know, once everything backs up, it can fill those up as well. Okay, so that's done. Technically, I can start up the system now. I am going to go ahead... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start the system up so it can start producing that. Right now, the items are just going to be kind of just piled up. That's fine. Go ahead and throw in the rest of that dark glass, and there we go. Zombies are spawning. They're running at our villager. And they will be kind of crazy because they've got XP boost. I mean, a speed boost. And they will eventually despawn. Hopefully this is fast enough without having to add sharpness that it will kill them before. But you can see right now it's producing some mana. It just killed a zombie. Of course, there's items all over here, but I am going to have to put up like a Solignolia so that I won't pull the items. Well, I guess it really shouldn't matter, but I will probably still put a Solignolia down. Like maybe some floating Solignolias down through here, possibly. The reason being is because I'm going to want, I guess we're going to go ahead and make our Hopper Hawk. And it is gray, light gray, Rune of Air, and Redstone Root. Okay, well, we should have Runes of Air already made. We do. Okay, so let me go get some redstone. I've already got some grass. We'll get some redstone, and then we should be all set. And I think just one of these is going to be fine. And I tell you what, I'm going to want a chest. And I actually think I'm just going to go with a gem chest, in fact. We'll go with moonstone. I have a ton of moonstone. Okay, so moonstone chest. And then we're going to go ahead and level it up as well. Is it 2 supercharged gems? I think it is. Tell you what, though, I am going to have to put sharpness on those spikes. I think I can put sharpness on them, cause them to deal more damage. Because with the amount of HP that the mobs here have, I need to either give them poison, which there, you know, there's a botania flower for that. It wouldn't really be any problem at all. Or damage them other ways as well, or something. I mean, I'm getting mana right now, And honestly, it's probably not bad mana. Yeah, it's actually already went up a little ways. But I am going to want more mana, you know, quicker mana than that. Because basically right now it's just taking so long for these zombies to die is the major problem. Because it's only dealing like 2 damage per tick. And they, you know, these have hundreds of health. Alright, so let's go ahead and supercharge one of these gems. We get a supercharged malachite chest. Now keep in mind this is the size that a standard gem chest is. The supercharged one is like that. It's quite a bit more. And then let me get... Right now I'm just going to do a chest because I want to see what all drops we can get. And then maybe, you know, maybe next episode we'll set up the actual drawers and stuff like that for this. But I am going to probably... I'm probably going to go ahead and just break down and use up a lot of my XP. Because I'm going to need enchanted books. Either that or I may go ahead and get into blood magic soon so that we don't waste a bunch of it. Because right now it would be like 3 levels, 3 levels, 3 levels. But at the same time it really doesn't take me long to farm this with all the stuff we have right now. So I don't know. I'm not really ready to start blood magic personally. So I'll probably just hold out on it. That's fine. Because as you can tell with our levels, it's not a problem. Not a problem. But we need more damage on this. We need more XP per kill on these as well. And then it would be a bit stronger. Right now it's not a bad passive system. It's just not as powerful as I want it to be. I didn't think about the mobs having hundreds of health when I set that up, honestly. Okay, so our Hopper Hawk system, I think what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to set the chest up right here. And then later on, we're going to kind of alter this. And the drawers... I don't know where I'm going to put the drawers for sure. I might put the drawers above this. Or put the drawers down here. Or have the stuff sent to our sorting area. Is maybe what I'll do. And let's go ahead and turn this into a floating Hopper Hawk as well. Okay, so we're going to put that right there, and you'll notice it just grabbed a bunch of stuff right here. Heart drops. These are actually dropping as items. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, those are going to have to be, like, insta-trashed. Because I have no use for them, but... Okay, I'm actually letting this run for a bit, like, while I'm editing some footage, and I just noticed that a blight zombie just walked on X pointy spike, which means there's probably, as you can tell, there's a lot of XP in there right now. Oh yeah, we're getting a bunch of zombie flesh, a bunch of these heart drops. I'm going to have to trash these things. Ore bags. Just all kinds of stuff. Let's see where our mana... Our mana's going up at a steady rate. I mean, I've only let it run for like 4 or 5 minutes, so... It's not too bad, and we're about to boost it up, I think. Okay, yeah, after letting it run for a little while, I mean, we're getting a lot of stuff. We've actually got a diamond axe right here. We've got leather for days, rotten flesh, zombie heads, all that good stuff. Mana's constantly running at this point. And you can see, I mean, we've gotten a decent amount. I mean, it's not the best ever, but it's a fairly decent amount. Okay, so what I want to do right now, and I wonder if 1 mana spreader could handle it. I think it would be okay. I can't wait till we get better mana spreaders. Actually, I just thought of something. Oh yeah, I'd have to have Elementi. Never mind. I'm gonna say, I think there's actually Dreamwood, but it's Dreamwood planks now that I think about it. And I'm gonna say there's some actually in the town, I think. But okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up just a quick kind of, I guess, kind of dirty system, messy system. Just really, really fast. And what we're going to do is let's get ourselves Hopper. And I'm actually going to want a trash can as well. Let's grab some chests here. And by the way, we have 102 stacks of cobblestone right now. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay. 3. Okay. So there's a trash can. We'll get our Hopper. I'm going to want item frames. I'm going to want 2 item frames. Tell you what, I'm just going to do a basic drawer. It's not a big deal. This is probably, I mean, this system, like I said, it's going to be just really, really quick and dirty for right now. And it's going to look a little bit clumsy, but it's just temporary, just to kind of boost our mana production a bit. Because I think, see, this spreader seems to be keeping up okay. If the need arises, I might make a second one. But I'm hoping that pretty soon, we're going to do a lot more automation with Botania, but I want to get our Elven Portal up and going just so we can have some better spreaders with more range and that send more. I mean, I could make a potency lens right now, but that actually drops the distance that it can travel again. So if I combined it with the Phantom lens, it just becomes a mess. I'll tell you what, I'm also going to need a spreader. I'm just going to pull up all this living rock and just replace it with wood for right now. And I know we're getting about wrapping up point, so right after this we're probably going to end it. And the next episode we will mess with this just a little bit more. I'd like to see about maybe next episode enchanting those diamond spikes. And I'll probably work on getting those enchants between episodes, but I'll show you what we're going to do and everything. We'll start it anyways. I'm about to say goodbye to like all my XP. Alright, so first up what I want to do is I want to deal with these heart drops. These are just terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we're going to set a trash can right here. We're going to put an item frame on it. And then let's just put heart drops into that item frame. Okay, so now if I throw these down, they should get picked up and they should get deposited straight into the trash can. I just picked up, I think, one of them, but even still. We shouldn't have any more heart drops in this now. You can see our hopper hawks grabbing those and just trashing them. Awesome. Okay. So that's one problem done. And then the other thing that I want to do is I would like to get... we're going to set a drawer down right here. And inside of said drawer, if I can access that chest, we're going to put rotten flesh into this. And we'll go ahead and put an item frame on the side of it, just so the hopper hawk knows to prioritize it. And we'll just put rotten flesh on that item frame. Okay. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of dig down like that. And let's see, what all is it grabbing? And I'm getting all kinds of like equipment. And we're getting zombie heads, which one day when we get into Ender IO, those will be useful. I can't think of anything other than that. Necrodermal virus, but you use that like 1 or 2 times, get yourself your horses, and you're done. Okay, I'm also going to want to get a dropper. I would love to get a precision dropper, but that requires Palace, and I don't think I have Palace or Restonia. I have Palace, I just don't have the Restonia that we need. Okay, well, we'll just use a standard vanilla dropper. I think it's going to be okay with where we're going to have it setting. That it's not, because droppers, you know, vanilla droppers just throw the stuff wherever they feel like. They don't actually drop them appropriately, but I think it'll be okay for our purposes. And then I'm also going to want a torch, redstone torch. There's that. And then I'm going to want, I guess there's RF tools timers, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use hourglass, floating hourglass, hovering hourglass. I'll figure out what it's called eventually. Alright, let me get like 2 pieces of glass here. That and that, and there's our glass, there's our iron. Okay. Should be all situated. One other thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need another floating flower, but let's see what we're up to. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Let's get our hovering hourglass. And then I'm also going to need that spreader. And we'll go ahead and get a pasture seed. And let's get our floating flower, and then we'll grab one of these Gormialis. Combine those two together. There we go. Floating Gormialis. Okay, now I want to do a quick test real quick. Actually, probably should have set this up facing us, so it was a little bit easier to get up here if I needed rotten flesh, but I don't foresee that being a common problem. Okay, I'm going to test one thing real quick. I want to see about how long it takes for this to run through a piece of rotten flesh. Okay, not very long at all. So I'm going to say 5 seconds, roughly. And then time, you know, it only takes about a second for it to digest it, maybe 2 seconds, and then a few seconds for the mana spreader to empty it. So I'm going to say 10 seconds, okay? So we'll get 10 pieces of sand. Actually, I think, what is it, heat sand is 10 seconds, actually, but that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to put just a piece of this chiseled stone. That's fine. We're going to set it up right there. On the other side, we're going to put a redstone torch. And then we're going to put our hovering hourglass on the other side. Do I need a redstone line for this to work? Let me see. Put the sand in there. That's going to count 10 seconds, and let's see if it turns off the redstone torch. Okay, it's not. I'm gonna have to use a redstone line. Okay, that's fine. I kind of expected that. So what we'll do is we'll put the hovering hourglass then right here. We'll put our sand into that. Let me go get just one piece of redstone, and we'll just connect this over to the redstone torch. Now, there we go. The redstone torch just flipped. And basically, of course, redstone is going to stop hoppers. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put a hopper right there, coming down from the drawer. And then we're going to put our floating Gormialis, like, right here. And then we're going to put a dropper right there. And that just ate the zombie flesh, and you can see it got a little bit of mana. Now, right now, it's sending it to this mana spreader, which is not what I want. What we're going to do is we're going to set up an additional mana spreader, and we're going to put it like right beneath that one, and we're going to connect this Gormialis to that mana spreader, and then connect that mana spreader to that mana pool. There we go, and it's getting mana, and it's sending it to that mana pool. So, I mean, I don't foresee us having enough mana, enough rotten flesh to run this thing constantly. It's probably going to eat through the stack of rotten flesh, and then it's going to be waiting on rotten flesh. But at least we have a use for it, because honestly, outside of this, I know I can use rotten flesh for making one building block in particular. But you can also make tallow from rustic to make candles. I will be doing that. But I have rotten flesh. You know, I've got a bunch of rotten flesh, and I can easily get it when I go out and explore. So I don't mind going ahead and using up a lot of that stuff. Honestly, I could probably drop that down to like 5 seconds and it would be fine. But 10 seconds, it's gonna run out of rotten flesh anyways. Now, the other thing that I would like to have is I'd like to have some enchants on the spikes, right? I'd like to have sharpness, I'd like to have looting, and I'd like to have XP boost 3. So XP boost 3, looting 3, and sharpness 5. Actually, smite would probably be better if it can accept smite. I'm not for sure. I actually got 2 sharpness 1 books. Okay. But for example, let's just take a quick look here, because I know it's about wrapping up point, but I do want to check this with you guys, because I'm going to do a bit of enchanting between the episodes and try to waste all my levels. Okay, you cannot put sharpness on the golden spikes. Good to know. Good to know. I will test in my test world to see if smite can go on them, but I'm betting that it will not if sharpness won't. However, I know XP boost works, and I'm fairly certain that looting works. XP boost alone, that would be more experience. It would be okay. But I think what I'm going to do between episodes is I'm actually going to just enchant some books. That seems to be probably the best way, because like we have some disenchanting methods, but not something that comes to mind that I have access to right this second. But the nice thing is that the typesetting table, you know, is back in the pack. And the printing press and all that. And all it is a bunch of iron. I mean, it's expensive on iron, but... And the typesetting table is really, really cheap. So... Okay. So what I'm thinking that we're going to do is... We're just going to enchant some books. Try to get looting 3 is my goal. I mean, not looting... Well, I'd like to get looting 3, but... the big thing that I want at the moment is... That's fire protection. That's kind of my goal, is to try to get an XP boost 3 on this. Probably. I mean, I could wait for the enchanter from Ender.io. I don't know where that thing comes from, but I'm sure we'll come across it at some point. But I will probably use up some of our levels, because they're quick enough that I can get them back. You know, it's not really a problem at all. So, we'll see. We shall see what I get done between this episode and next and whatnot. So, also, I mean, we're getting book bags and all these other bags, which is actually really, really nice. Book bags a lot of times have enchanted books, blast protection 1, and RF tools control manual. Earlier, I actually got 2 enchanted books out of 1 book bag, so they can be pretty useful. So. But anyways, with that, I am going to end out this episode here, because I know it's wrapping up point. Past that, I'm sure. For some reason, this pack, I just don't want to stop. You know, I want to keep doing things. The next episode will be out tomorrow, because, you know, Sunday I generally release, like, an extra video, whatever I feel like, kind of thing, whatever pack or whatever, you know. And, of course, I love this pack. So, we will be doing another video tomorrow on Sunday. So, yeah, we'll continue on. We'll do a little bit more with that automation. Then we're probably going to move into like the jaded amaranthus and probably set up some drawers. However, I don't really foresee a whole lot of this stuff going into drawers. I'll probably have like the ragged pieces go into drawers, and then the bags go into drawers, and then probably the zombie heads. But you know, everything else is all equipment, so I'm just basically going to go through that stuff, and I'm about to the point where I'm going to start just chucking a lot of this equipment. So, we'll probably do a little bit with that next episode, and then work on Jaded Amaranthus, and maybe some other stuff as well, so we'll see. There is one dungeon I want to explore, so we will probably do that next episode. I was planning on doing that this episode, but didn't quite work out. Also, this episode is a world download, so, you know, every 10 episodes we'll do a world download. Down in the description, there'll be a link to the download for that. So, if you guys are interested, feel free to drop down there and pick up the world and have fun. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to end it. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.